Good evening and welcome to Thornton Fractional South High School, home of the TF South Lady Rebels. We are here for tonight's senior night matchup between the TF South Lady Rebels and their arch rivals, the TF North Meteors. Rebels win the opening tip. Inside feed to Kiara Jones. Short little layup is missed, and now North comes back the other way. Demaria Newman into the lane. Her shot is partially blocked and taken away by the Rebels. Number 21 for the Rebels, that was Kalia Wilkins, tried to drive, lost it. And it's out of bounds to the Meteors. South in a full court press. Meteors break it. Tried to get it inside. And the Rebel pass was actually caught by TF North, but she was standing out of bounds. And now the Lady Rebels work back. Wilkins had the ball, kind of fell to the floor, but lost it. And the jump ball goes to the Meteors. Demaria Newman works near side. Kicks it to Faith Houston. Inside pass is knocked away by the Rebels. And it's Sanaya Payton coming up court for the Rebels. To Wilkins, her short jumper, rimming no, knocked out of bounds. And the ball goes to TF North. No score early here. Newman into the front court, little short pull-up jumper is good. And the Lady Meteors are on the board first.
Newman for the Meteors.
Now the Rebels working against a three-quarter court press. Traveling violation, a turnover to the Meteors. South stays in the full court press. Newman breaks it with a good overhand pass. Gets it down court to Elise Roper. Her shot is blocked out of bounds. And the Meteors retain possession. Faith Houston to inbound. Gets it to Newman. Her three-pointer is way off the mark, but rebounded by Roper. Kicks back out to Newman for another three, and this one is good.
Newman for three.
And the three-point field goal gives North a 5-0 lead. Now TF South right back the other way into the front court. Jordan Johnson for the Rebels' far side. Gets it to Deja Powell, top of the key. Wilkins near side, now reverses it. Back to Powell. Her jump shot is off the mark, a bit long. Rebounded by Kalia Wilkins, and she's fouled and will head to the line for two.
Wilkins at the line, 2 shots.
First one up and no good. Wilkins, a 5'8" sophomore. Gets set for the second free throw on the way, and it's also long. And poked out and kept alive by the Rebels. And now Powell sets the offense back up. To Wilkins near side. Powell plays give and go, drives the lane. Little pull-up floater, no good. Rebound battled for and brought away by the Meteors. Great hands there by Deja Powell. North had a 2-on-1 the other way, but now TF South turns it over. And the Meteors inbound. Here's Newman wide open. Her shot is off the mark. Rebound back up and in by Ashley Perry.
Number 24, Perry.
And so the first 7 points of the contest go to the Meteors. And they're ahead by a touchdown. Now Powell drives top of the key. Triple team. She pulls it back out. Now swings it to the far side. 3-point field goal by Wilkins is off the mark. And the Meteors have the ball. Good crowd here tonight on hand. Again, it's senior night at TF South. And so far the Meteors have hushed that crowd with their early lead. Now here's South back the other way. Deja Powell, top of the key. Swings it to Wilkins. She started to drive, but stripped away by Grace Ogunbowale. 3-on-1, 4-on-1 for the Meteors. And the layup is good by Ogunbowale. And head coach Tim Russell of the Rebels needs a timeout. 9-0 TF North. Just under 4 minutes left first quarter, and South looking to get on the scoreboard. Turnaround jumper by Jones was no good. And the Meteors get the ball. South staying in the press, not able to create a turnover. Here's a pull-up jumper by Sydney Graham, was off the mark. And now we have a backcourt violation against the Meteors, and the Rebels will take over. Short jump shot is missed. The putback is also no good. Third try. Still nothing. How about a fourth try?
Hodges for the Lady Rebels.
Fourth try was the charm. And South gets on the scoreboard. It's now 9-2 North. Stolen away by Powell, and now South has a chance, coming back 2-on-1 the other way. Drives the lane, puts it up, and an offensive foul is called against Sanaya Payton. That's her first. Now here's North back the other way. Running jump shot, no good. The rebound is put back up and in by Grace Ogunbowale. And TF North's lead is back to 9. It's 11-2. Now Powell changes directions. A floater in the lane, rimming, no good. Rebounded by the Meteors. They push the ball up the floor in a hurry. Good bounce pass inside to number 11, Faith Houston, and she is fouled. Houston's first free throw on the way is short. Early on here, South has had some good looks, just haven't been able to get it to fall, and North has been a bit better in converting on the offensive end. Second free throw from Houston, line drive is no good and rebounded by the Rebels. Wilkins into the front court, going to take it all the way. Left-handed layup is good.
Number 21, Wilkins for the Lady Rebels.
Kalia Wilkins took it almost the length of the court, and the lead is 7. Now here's a pull-up jumper in and out by Demaria Newman and rebounded by the Rebels. Now Powell brings it up to Johnson near side. She drives the lane, tried to get between two defenders, and she is fouled. Here's the inbounds pass to Powell for 3, is off the mark. And out of bounds to the Meteors. 11-4, TF North. Just under 2 minutes left first quarter. Long baseball pass by the Meteors to Elise Roper. She drives, and her shot is rejected by Powell. And now the ball knocked out of bounds by TF North, and TF South takes over. Powell into the front court to Wilkins for a long 3. Bounces up and over the backboard. Now here's TF North back the other way. Demaria Newman drives, and she's fouled on the floor. TF North to inbound. Quick pass is stolen away by Powell. Now the Rebels look to move down the floor 2-on-1. Good bounce pass inside. The layup is good.
That's Hodges for the Lady Rebels.
And 1 minute left in the first quarter. TF North 11, TF South 6. The Meteors slow it down a little bit, maybe playing for one possession here at the end of the quarter. Demaria Newman works 1-on-1. Good inside pass to Ogunbowale, and she is called for traveling. Really never had possession of the ball, so I don't know how she traveled, but nonetheless, traveling is the call. Now South with a chance to cut it to 3. Powell in the front court. Works one-on-one against Elise Roper. Crosses her over. Now pulls it back out. Wilkins near side looking for a cutter. She's going to launch another three. And it is off the mark and rebounded by the Meteors. Ogunbowale up the floor, now swings it. Demaria Newman, long three-pointer, no good. South still has a chance. With 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter, enough time to set up a final shot here in this opening quarter. Powell to Wilkins, now back to Powell. She's going to drive to the basket. Lean-in jumper, no good. And that's the end of the first quarter of play. It's TF North 11, TF South 6. Coming up in just a moment, second quarter action between the TF South Lady Rebels and the TF North Meteors. We're back and ready for the second quarter. TF South to inbound, down 5. Started to find their offensive rhythm a little bit toward the end of that first quarter. Here's another three-pointer from Wilkins that rims in and out, no good. And it's out of bounds to TF North. Demaria Newman, junior guard for the Meteors, brings it up slowly to Roper far side, and her pass into the corner just goes out of bounds. TF South will take it. Deja Pell, 5'9" junior guard. Kicks it to Peyton in the corner. She looks into the middle. Works back out to Deja Powell. Her jump shot is no good. Rebounded by Cindy Graham for the Meteors. And now Newman up the floor. And carrying violation against the Meteors. Another turnover for the Rebels. Dangerous pass there, but it ends up in the hands of Powell. She tries to dribble through 3 defenders, and that didn't work. And as TF North started away, Demaria Newman tried a spin move and ended up traveling, and TF South will get it back. Jordan Johnson, top of the key to Wilkins. She gets it to Powell far side. Now Wilkins is going to try to go to the basket, guarded pretty well there by Ogunbowale. Her jump shot is no good. And we got a loose ball foul on TF South.
Fouls on Peyton. Her second, team's fourth.
11-6 TF North early in the second quarter. Demaria Newman for the Meteors surveys the defense. Works one-on-one against Powell. Now kicks it to Faith Houston. She drives the lane and she's stripped. And now here come the Rebels back.
Fouls on Ogunbowale. Number 12, Peyton at the line for the Lady Rebels.
And Sanaya Payton took it to the basket, was fouled, and will now shoot 2. First one is off the mark. Second one up and also long and rebounded by Newman for the Meteors. They start back the other way. Newman inside, good pass, but it was mishandled. Now the short jumper by Graham is blocked, but the good follow-up by Grace Ogunbowale stuck with it, got that blocked shot in her possession, was able to roll it in. The Meteors back up by 7. Now a quick jump shot by Deja Powell. Bank shot is good. Lead now down to 5. Down the court, Faith Houston gets behind the Rebel defense. No one saw her. Good lead pass. She lays it in. 15-8 TF North. Now it's Sanaya Payton driving into the elbow, goes to the right side and lays it in. She cut right through the middle of the lane and nobody stopped her. She just hooked around one defender, was able to lay it in. And the lead down to 5. Here's Demaria Newman driving, and she travels. pleads her case to the official to no avail. And now South can get it to 2 with a 3-point field goal here. They were down early by 7 and as many as 9. And another traveling violation. Quite a few turnovers here early for both teams. Now it's Demaria Newman. One-handed pass to Faith Houston. Drives the lane. Her shot is blocked. And now the Rebels start back the other way. Wilkins trying to ball handle, had it stripped, but it was knocked out of bounds by TF North. Deja Powell now to Wilkins. Her cross-court pass is knocked away by the Meteors. Rebels will get it back. Now here's Powell into the front court. Inside pass. Got it to Kayla Griggs inside, but she couldn't handle it. Kicks back out to the top. Here's Powell driving the lane. A floater is good.
That's foul again for the Lady Rebels.
Hard bank shot, but she hit it off the small square and it went right in. And TF North's lead down to 15-12. And Demaria Newman now with another traveling violation against TF North. Rebels starting to claw their way back now. 3:44 remaining in the first half. South down 3. Another inside pass to Griggs was knocked away. And here come the Meteors. It's number 5, Ogunbowale. Drives, lays it up, and it rolls in. Kind of hung on the back of the rim for a minute, dropped in. And the Meteors lead 17-12. Now Powell to Wilkins. Wilkins takes it to the basket, crosses over, gets it to number 11, Kayla Griggs. Her shot was off the mark. But then Wilkins got the rebound, took it back up, and she was fouled. She'll head to the line for 2. First one up just a bit short. Again, 17-12, TF North. Wilkins' second free throw on the way, and it's also long. And the rebound bounces nicely to the Meteors. Down the court, knocked away by Powell for the Rebels. She comes away with the steal, and now she throws it ahead to Wilkins. Wilkins to the basket, and she is fouled by Ogunbowale.
Ogunbowale with the foul, her third.
And Kalia Wilkins will head back to the line to shoot 2. There she got the roll on one. 17-13. Second one up on the way off the mark, and rebounded by Faith Houston for the Meteors. Newman, pull-up three-pointer, no good. Pulled down by Peyton. And now she works ahead to Powell up top near side. She works one-on-one against Newman, now gets it back, or was hoping to get it back on that inside feed, and that got knocked away, and here comes Newman for the Meteors. To Faith Houston, her shot is rejected, and now South back the other way. And a bit ragged right now, to be honest with you. Both teams looking to press, move the ball ahead pretty quickly, and they're having trouble keeping it under control. There's another turnover. This time it's South, 3-on-2. Pull-up jumper by Deja Powell, off the backboard, no good. And it's Demaria Newman for the Meteors, bringing it up with under 2 minutes to play in this first half. Faith Houston. And a foul on the rebound there. Couldn't quite see who that was.
Fouls on Hodges.
And now we have a technical foul against TF South. So number 11, Faith Houston, will shoot the technical fouls. First one is no good. She has one more. And that one's good. Again, couldn't see who the technical foul was on. Something that was said by one of the South players. And so now Demaria Newman will be shooting. Her first free throw is up, and it's good. 19-13 TF North. They can extend it back to 7 if this second one is good, and it is not. So after the technical foul, the Meteors will keep possession and will inbound. Inbounds pass knocked away. And we'll try it again. It's number 13, Carlotta Prince. Gets it to Newman. Newman not in any hurry. Now her pull-up jump shot is way off the mark, rebounded by TF South. And here come the Rebels, hoping to narrow a 6-point deficit. Powell into the lane, pull-up jumper good.
Number 13, Powell for the Lady Rebels.
Powell's short jumper cuts it to a 4-point Meteor lead. And now Demaria Newman's three-pointer rattles in and out, rebounded by Ogunbowale. Now her jump shot is off the mark, and we have a battle for a loose ball. And the jump ball goes to the Meteors. Sydney Graham tried to bounce pass it to Houston. That got away. And we have another jump ball that this time will go to TF South. Just under 50 seconds left, first half. TF South down by 4. Wilkins works the near side, gets it to Norris Pope. Now Wilkins going to work far side, little left-handed layup, no good. Rebound, pulled down by Norris Pope, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. That foul was on Demaria Newman. Pope's first free throw off the mark. Second one coming up. It bounces around and is off the mark. Rebound by South. Put back by Wilkins was no good. And now it kicks out to Jordan Johnson. Her 3 off the mark. And now the big bounce to Wilkins. The original three-pointer came off the backboard hard, bounced right to Kalia Wilkins. She put it back in and she was fouled. And just like that, TF South can cut it to a 1-point deficit late in the first half. And she does. So down 9 at 1 point. The Rebels are back to within 1. Demaria Newman works against Powell, drives the lane, throws it up. Offensive foul is called against Demaria Newman. That's her third.
Rebels ball.
And that could be big later on. Point guard for the Meteors, Demaria Newman. Now Powell let the ball roll, so use up as much clock as she could. Here's Wilkins for the lead. The layup, no good. Rebound by Payton is good. And TF South, which has trailed most of the first half, enters the locker room at halftime with a 20-19 lead. As you take a look, you'll see several of the photos here on senior night at TF South. These young ladies work hard throughout the season, and it's nice to be rewarded. Now we head to third quarter action. TF South, Lady Rebels leading the TF North Meteors by 1 point. TF North going from left to right on your screen this half. Ashley Perry gives it to Demaria Newman at the top. Newman back to Perry near side. Now she looks cross court, long pass. Never had a chance to make it across, intercepted by the Rebels. And now they push it up the floor. Powell with a good move, baseline, little pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound fought for. Comes down to Johnson, who gives it to Wilkins. Wilkins drives, a little left-handed layup underneath the defender, couldn't get it. Loose ball bouncing all over the place, and it goes to TF South. Powell to Wilkins. Near side. She looks cross court for Powell. A great pass. And Deja Powell on a really nice pass from Wilkins. Couldn't quite finish, but she'll go to the line to shoot two. First one's on the way and is perfect. Rebels by 2. Second free throw on the way, rimming and no, pulled down by Wilkins, who then travels. Took one too many steps there trying to get out from underneath the basket. And so the Meteors have it. Newman for the Meteors works against Deja Powell. Pulls it back out, waits for the offense to set. Now she kicks it to Faith Houston, top of the key. Houston works against 2 defenders, pulls it back out. Now Perry, near side, looking for some help. And she didn't get it. TF South defender hopped right in, grabbed the ball, and we got a jump ball that goes to the Rebels. Rebels have the ball in a 2-point lead. Wilkins, ball fake, drives the lane, left-handed layup, good. She's used that move a couple times, getting underneath the defenders with kind of a low layup, and it's worked for her. And the Rebels now extend the lead to 23-19. Newman, long three-pointer, is way off the mark. And it will be Rebel ball. Now Deja Powell brings it up. North drops to his zone defense now. Kick it to Jordan Johnson. Good look at the basket. Nice rebound there by Pope. Gets it back to Johnson. Now swings it to Payton. Payton to Powell near side. Powell surveys the scene, gets it to Jordan Johnson near side. Cross court to Powell. She's going to drive, pull up, no. And the rebound goes to Faith Houston for the Meteors. Houston going to bring it herself down the floor. She's not stopping. Kind of throws it up at the basket, no good. Now here's a little short jumper by number 4, Roper. That didn't go. A left-handed shot by Faith Houston didn't go, and the Rebels finally come down with it. TF North looking for a foul call there, didn't get it. Here's Powell to the basket. Layup, no good. And it's knocked out of bounds to the Meteors. A little more aggressive play in this third quarter. TF South 23, TF North 19. Demaria Newman gets a screen from Houston, tries to use it. She's guarded by Powell. Kicks it into the corner to Carlotta Prince. Now inside to Houston. Little baseline jumper, no good. And battle for the ball, jump ball, and it stays with TF North. Houston to Prince. Now Demaria Newman from the side. Her three-pointer is good, and just like that, the Meteors are back within 1 point at 23-22. Now Powell to Jordan Johnson. Her three-pointer just off the mark, rebounded by Houston. She looks down the floor quick. Deja Powell knocked it out of bounds, or I should say she was headed for out of bounds, but then North tried to save it. It ends up going the Rebels' way. Now Powell to Johnson. Inside to Payton. They play catch. Cross-court pass was intercepted, and here's Faith Houston. Her shot is rejected by Deja Powell into the crowd. And that gets the fans up on their feet here at TF South. Meteors keep the ball, and here's Newman from the other corner, rattles in and out. And now all by herself down the court is Payton for the Rebels. She snuck behind the defense. She was all by herself and had an easy layup. And with 3 minutes remaining here in this third quarter, it's TF South 25 and the Meteors 22. Now Newman continues to work against Powell. Has her pass batted away. And Norris Pope was all set to lay it up. Newman with good hustle knocked it out of bounds for the Meteors. And South will reset it. Here's Deja Powell for 3 points. Off the mark. And it'll be the Meteors coming back with the basketball. Still a one-possession game. A three-pointer could tie it. Newman against Powell. Goes near side. Now backs it up. Her shot is off the mark. Rebound comes down in Wilkins' hands. She immediately has it stolen by Carlotta Prince. And Prince's short jumper was no good, but she was fouled by Wilkins, and so it'll send Prince to the line to shoot two. First one on the way and just a bit long. Now the senior Carlotta Prince, her second one is way long, but knocked out of bounds by TF South. The Meteors retain possession. Prince tried to get it to Newman, went off her knee and out of bounds, and the Rebels get it back. They lead by 3 and looking to extend. The three-pointer by Payton is off the mark, and we've got a foul on the Rebels. Over the back foul on Richardson. And so the Meteors bring it up, trailing by 3, looking to narrow it. Here's Newman again, and her three-pointer is good. She came right around a screen. Nobody came out to get her. And we are all tied up at 25 as we wind this third quarter down. Now South with the ball near side. Good feed by Payton, but they're going to call her for traveling. And now the Meteors, who've been trailing for most of this quarter with a basket here, can take the lead. Ball stolen away by Norris Pope. Pope to the basket, takes it up. No good. Rebound is also put back up and missed. Jordan Johnson had a short little look, didn't get the bounce. And now Faith Houston tried to pass it, I'm not sure to which player. She had 2 there. Ended up flying out of bounds. And so South with a chance to reclaim the lead. Jordan Johnson, a good look at the basket. Her jump shot is off the mark. Rebound comes down. And we've got a jump ball that will stay with TF South. Jordan Johnson looks, tries to get it in quickly. And the pass to Norris Pope. She never really had a good look at the basket, but the foul was called, which will send her to the line. She'll shoot 2. First one is up and good. And the Rebels back in front, 26-25. Pope, one of the seniors being honored here tonight. Her second one on the way and off the mark. Pulled down by the Meteors. Now they come to the front court. Prince looked like she traveled. No call. Now we've got a technical foul on Jordan Johnson. Players coming together on the court. And it appears 3 technical fouls were called on the play. The first was against Jordan Johnson for the Rebels. She clearly pushed a Meteor player in the back. There also was a technical against TF North, and then number 20 for TF South. That was Lindsey Hodges, came off the bench, which is an automatic ejection. So you really had 3 technical fouls there 2 against TF South, 1 against North, and the Meteors will be shooting 2 free throws based on the officials' assessment of the situation. So after all of that, we are tied at 26. Meteors into the front court. Faith Houston guarded by Norris Pope. She's going to take it, now kick it into the corner for Roper. Her shot, no good, pulled down by the Rebels. Now Wilkins tried to get it down court for a quick layup before the third quarter buzzer went off. Didn't happen. And so at the end of 3, we have a tie basketball game at 26. Here we go, fourth quarter of play. TF North to inbound, and the first pass of the fourth quarter knocked out of bounds. TF North will get it back. Now a good pass inside is mishandled. Here come the Rebels. To the basket, hard foul there by Sydney Graham. That's going to send Peyton to the line. And she'll shoot 2 to give the Rebels the lead. First one, no good. Second one on the way. And it's long and rebounded by Ashley Perry of the Meteors. And we get a jump ball right off of that goes to TF South. Powell, good move to the baseline. Oh, she got it up and in. Cut inside around the defender. Put it up, got fouled, and she'll go to the line looking to add to what is now a TF South 2-point lead. Great ball fake by Powell there. Got to the baseline and then kind of did a spinorama. Got fouled as she put it up and in, and her free throw is no good, and none of the players there realized that it was a 1 free throw only, so it went out of bounds to TF North. None of the players moved, thinking it was a 2-shot foul. Maybe they didn't know the original basket had gone in. At any rate, the Rebels have it back. Here's Powell driving into the elbow. Good pass to Pope. Her left-handed shot is good. Powell drew 2 defenders to her and then kicked it to Pope. And now TF South has opened a 4-point lead. Another pass stripped away by the Rebels, and they will now have it. Chance to extend this lead early here in the fourth quarter. Deja Powell to Peyton. She cuts the elbow, works against the defender. Kind of a running hook shot, no good. And the rebound is kicked to Faith Houston. She's going to take it the length of the floor, lays it up, and a late whistle.
Foul from Powell. Her first, team's fourth.
And the foul's on Deja Powell. That's her first. It's going to send Faith Houston to the line. First free throw way off. Both teams struggling from the line in this contest. See if Houston can sink this one and cut the Rebel lead. She does, and it's 30-27. Now Deja Powell, probably the player Coach Russell wants to have the ball in her hands. She runs the offense top of the key. Works far side. Surveying her options, goes around a Wilkins screen. That floater is just off the mark and long, but the rebound pulled down. Peyton actually gets her own pass back. But we have a 3-second violation. Not really sure you can have a 3-second violation when nobody had possession of the ball. But at any rate, we move ahead. Here come the Meteors. Demaria Newman to the basket, and that shot is rejected by Powell. That's 3 or 4 blocks for her unofficially tonight. Now North, down 3. And there's Peyton knocking a pass out of bounds. TF North, Carlotta Prince gets it to Houston, and she's fouled. by Norris Pope. And the Meteors will get it back. 6:13 remaining here, fourth quarter.
Fouls are Pope. Her first, team fifth.
TF North will be in the bonus the rest of the way. South is almost there. That's several inbounds passes that have been knocked out of bounds or even stolen by the Rebels, especially from the side. This one, however, gets in well, and Faith Houston will set it up. She drives the basket, either bounced it off her own knee or had somebody stick their hand in there, and it went out of bounds to the Rebels. They lead by 3, and they have the ball. Powell tried that little floater again, decided against it. Long three-pointer by Peyton is way, way off. And it goes to the Meteors. Tough break there for the Rebels, as the pass was almost stolen by Powell. Newman put it up. Her shot was no good, but the ball went out of bounds to TF North. Here's Newman from the corner. It is no good. Rebound to Prince. Her floater, no good. Now the Rebels come down. To the basket is Kayla Griggs. Her layup was no good, and it goes back to the Meteors. TF North down 3. They have the ball. Here's Faith Houston.
Fouls on Pope. Her second.
Tried to pass it ahead. She got fouled, and now the Meteors get it back. Newman still guarded by Powell. Another three-pointer from the corner is no good, but Prince gets another rebound. Now to Faith Houston. She'll shoot from the elbow, no good. Rebounded by Pope, but then it's stolen away. And the Meteor defense, that was Sydney Graham, pretty tenacious there. Able to strip it away, and she will head to the line with a chance to cut the Rebel lead to what would have been 1, and now the best it can be is 2. Second free throw for Graham on the way, and it's no good. Pulled down by the Rebels, excuse me. Now Wilkins gets it to Powell. She looks ahead, and an easy layup for Kayla Griggs. Don't know how North didn't see her. And the Rebel lead is back up to 5. Here's Faith Houston into the lane. She fell down and lost it. And now we have a jump ball. But before the jump ball was called, Coach Russell called timeout for TF South. And so the Rebels kept the possession. And now they work against a more aggressive North defense. Here's Powell, far side, driving the lane. Kicks it to Pope. Her left-handed shot, no good. Saved nicely. Saved nicely by Griggs. But as it kicked to Powell, and she drove the lane, traveling was called. Now it's North. Little spin jumper by Newman, no good, and the rebound by Pope. Now down the court. Good pass for Jordan Johnson. Short jumper is good. That's 3 or 4 times the Rebels have gotten behind the Meteor defense, and their lead is now 7. 34-27, TF South. Time starting to be a factor against the Meteors. 3.5 to go. They could use a bucket here. Into the corner, tried to bounce pass it inside, stolen by Wilkins. She tried to get it to Jordan Johnson up the sideline, and that went out of bounds. And the Meteors will get it back. Now Newman, still guarded by Deja Powell, drives the lane, and we've got a foul. Not sure if it's on the floor or 1-and-1. It is a 2-shot foul. First one up, hits the front and rolls in. And Demaria Newman cuts it to a 6-point Rebel lead. Second one on the way, short, Rebounded by Rebecca Bryant, but she has it stripped away. And now Powell crosses over the defense, gets into the front court. Great screen by Norris Pope. Certainly looked like a solid screen from here, but it was called as an offensive foul. And so the Meteors get it back. Long three-pointer from Newman is good. Big basket there for the Meteors. And DeMaria Newman's three-pointer has cut the TF South lead down to 3. It is a one-possession game. Now South against the press. Powell breaks it, going right up the middle. Looking for a foul call, didn't get it. Norris Pope, her rebound shot rims out. And now we have a foul called on TF South against Kiera Jones. And TF North is at the line, so Newman will shoot 1-1. Check that, that's the 10th team foul. So they're shooting double bonus, so that'll be 2. The first one was no good, second one on the way. And it is also long. Good rebound there, good positioning by Wilkins. And now South trying to get it down the floor. Big collision there, and DeMaria Newman is down on the floor. And so Peyton to the floor. Shooting 1-1, it's off the mark, but rebounded by Pope. Somehow got around the defender. Now we get a scrum on the floor, and it's a jump ball. And the arrow goes to the Meteors. 2:15 left, fourth quarter, 34-31 TF South. Long pass by TF North.
Technical foul.
We have another technical foul called on the Meteor bench. Not a great time for that. See if South can take advantage. And Deja Powell does, sinks the first of 2. If she makes this, it'll be a 5-point Rebel lead, and they get the ball back. And she did not. But the Rebels will inbound. Now Jordan Johnson, near side, pulls it back out. Works around the screen, thinks about driving, kicks it to Powell, who goes baseline. Her floater is good. Powell has had a really, really nice game tonight on the defensive end of the floor, as well as on the offensive end. Now here's DeMaria Newman throwing it up. She drew the foul, and she'll head back to the line.
Fouls on Peyton.
Looking to cut into that Rebel 37-31 lead.
2 shots.
Maria Newman, first free throw. Off the back iron, no good. North needs this one and probably a steal or 2. Oh, second one rattled in and out.
Fouls on Pope.
But we have a lane violation against the Rebels. Check that. On that second free throw, foul was called on Norris Pope for the Rebels. And that's putting Rebecca Bryant on the line. Her first of 2 free throws is good. And if this one's good, it'll be a 4-point Rebel lead. And it is. Now subs in the game. 1:47 left, 37-33 TF South. Here's Powell, guarded by Elise Roper. Works into the front court, gets around Roper, now pulls it back out. And we have a 3-second violation call against the Rebels. And now TF North walking it up, surprised at this pace. Down 4. Newman into the front court, 1:20 left. Looking to set up a screen with Houston. She gets it instead from Prince. Three-pointer is off the mark. Knocked out of bounds to TF South. Now the Rebels get it in. Payton for the Rebels brings it up. Wide open is Norris Pope for the easy layup. Payton saw her. She cut right to the basket. Nobody went with her. That was an easy pitch and catch on that pass. A big basket there to give the Rebels a 6-point lead. Here's Newman. Her jumper off the mark. Comes away to Wilkins. Now Wilkins thinks about going the length of the court. Throws it up. No good, but a foul is called on Elise Roper for the Meteors.
Foul on Roper.
So under 40 seconds to go here.
Wilkins at the line for the Lady Rebels. 2 shots.
Wilkins might be able to put this one away if she sinks both these. First one, no good. Now she backs away from the free throw line and gathers her thoughts. Steps back up. And can't quite get the second one. Pulled down by Faith Houston. She brings it up the floor aggressively. Gets around a Rebel defender, but now it's stripped away again by Wilkins. Into the front court. She's going to pull it back wisely. And she's fouled by Demaria Newman for the Meteors. And now both teams are in the bonus. And Wilkins will be shooting 1-1. First free throw up on the way and good. 40-33, TF South. Second free throw on the way. It's no good, but the rebound to Pope, who's just been the best player on the floor tonight, no other way to put it. Rebounding, running the offense, scoring. It's been her night from my vantage point. And now TF North looks like they're going to let the clock run out. And as we wind our way down, it's going to be a victory for the TF South Lady Rebels on senior night. The final score, TF South 40, TF North 33. And as the players go through and shake hands, we thank all of you for supporting TF South Lady Basketball throughout the season. We look forward to seeing you again in 2021. This is Ken Reynolds, and you've been watching another production of LNN Channel 4 Sports.